In the Torah, God asked Moses to come up to Mount Sinai and be there. And the rabbis asked, well, what does it mean? If he asked him to go up to Mount Sinai, then he's there. So why does he need to be there? And the rabbis answer their own question. One is a physical being, and one is a spiritual being present. And so I ask that everyone be present today as Hudson becomes a bar mitzvah. We're going to turn to page 289 in our blue books, Mishkan Tefillah. And I would like to invite up to present Hudson with his talit, Howie, and Helene Alalouf, Derek, and Trish Solomon.
Good morning, good Shabbos. Hudson, shine. Wearing a tallis connects to your heritage and history. We wrap ourselves in the memory of past generations. It is your connection to God and much more than that. It's like Superman, the first superhero who was created by two Jewish teenagers who escaped the pogroms. Superman, like other superheroes, has a cape or a tallis to remind him that he is different, yet surrounded by the love of his people, his family, and his friends. It is your superhero cape that you break away from your street clothes, throw on your cape, and feel the warmth and comfort of this day and your connection to the past. Hudson, you are unique and connected to traditions thousands of years old. You may not look different on the outside except for the cape, but you are certainly different on the inside. You chose this tallis, and it chose you. Wear it proudly from this day forward. Wear it with all our love. Mazel tov. Let us continue with this wonderful day.
Mazel tov.
Is that okay?
Amen. Wait, we can't leave the bima without giving Hudson a big hug and kiss. Okay, you guys can go down. Are you ready? Do you ready? Okay. We turn to page 290. And the Cantor is going to lead us into the song Matovu.
So our prayer book is in the Hebrew direction, going from right to left. And we want you to participate as much as possible. So if everybody could turn to page 290. And on the right-hand side is the Hebrew of the prayer that we'll be singing. And the left-hand side is a transliteration if you don't yet know Hebrew. And underneath is the translation in case you want to know what you're saying. So I'm going to teach you the opening prayer, Matovu. The story of Matovu comes from the Torah, and it's often read during the summer. And there was a wizard hired to curse the Israelites. And there was a donkey that saw that the Israelites were holy. And there was a donkey that saw as the wizard was going up the mountain, I know it really is in the Torah, I'm not making it up, that the wizard was not able to see that there was an angel there, but the donkey was more perceptive than he was. And he kept trying to stop him, the donkey, and the man wouldn't listen. And finally, the donkey turned around and said to him, "Don't you see that we're in a holy place and that these are holy people?" And with that, he got to the top of the mountain and he looked out on all the tents of the Israelites, and instead of cursing them, he blessed them. And that's why it says, how fair are your tents, O Jacob. They had tents back then, and they're looking down on all their tents. So here we go. I'll say it, you say it back. Matovu,
Matovu,
Ohalecha,
Ohalecha,
Yaakov,
Yaakov,
Mishkenotecha,
Mishkenotecha,
Yisrael.
Yisrael.
Now we're going to learn how to sing it. Matovu. Everyone try that.
Matovu,
Ohalecha Yaakov.
Ohalecha Yaakov.
Let's put that together. Matovu. Ohalecha Yaakov. Ohalecha repeats. Ohalecha Yaakov. Then the next line. Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Let's try that.
Mishkenotecha Yisrael.
That's our opening chorus. And many times during the service today, we'll say that this is a song to sing along on, and we'll try to incorporate you. So please join in. Here we go. Matovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Matovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. V'ani berov chasdecha avovitecha eshtachaveh echal kodshecha beyirotecha. All together. Matovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Matovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Adonai ha'afti me'on be'idecha u'mikol mishkan gevodecha. Ma'ani ashtachaveh erecha lifnei Adonai osi. All together. Matovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Matovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ahani tefilati lecha, Adonai yitratzon. Elohim berov chasdecha, aneni bemet ishecha. All together. Matovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Matovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael.
We turn to the bottom of page 291.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe. With divine wisdom you have made our bodies, combining veins, arteries, and vital organs into a finely balanced network. Wondrous maker and sustainer of life, were one of them to fail, how well we were aware. We will lack the strength to sustain life before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, source of our health and strength. Baruch atah Adonai, rofei chol bashar, fly lasot. Please turn the page.
We continue on the top of page 292. I'll say Hebrew, you repeat it. Elohai,
Elohai,
Neshama,
Neshama,
Shenatata bi,
Shenatata bi,
Tohorahi.
Tohorahi.
That means the soul you have given me, God, is pure. Even if you maybe don't know Hebrew, maybe you know Yiddish, maybe you've heard the expression a gute neshama, a good soul. So you see Elohai neshama. That's talking about your soul. So we are up here with a very good soul today. And we sing, I'll sing it and teach it to you. Elohai, Elohai. Everyone try that. Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, 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 Shenatata bi. You sing that. Shenatata bi, Tehorahi, Tehorah. Tehorahi. Let's do it all together. If you're just joining us, we're on page 292. Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi, Tehorahi.
The soul that you have given me, O God, is pure. You created and formed it, breathed it into me, and within me you sustain it, so long as I have breath. Therefore, I will give thanks to you, my God and the God of all ages, source of all being, loving guide of every human spirit. Baruch atah Adonai, asher b'yado nefesh kol hai, v'raha kol v'shar ish.
So beginning on page 293, we have the morning blessings. And traditionally, these were said when someone was still in bed and they were getting ready to face the day. Of course, it didn't happen that people said them at home, so we added them into our service. And if you look at the first one, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from sight, what do you think the activity that goes along with that is?
Waking up, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Waking up and opening your eyes and, oh, no longer dark out. So you're going to check them.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night.
And we sing Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches the earth over the waters.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens our steps.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who clothes the naked.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives strength to the weary.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who removes sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me in the image of God.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me free.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me a Jew.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who girds Israel with strength.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns Israel with splendor.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding to us to engage with words in the Torah.
Amen.
Please turn to page 312 as we rise.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad v'rachirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachor v'yamechor v'chayedecho ben Yisrael, magalav v'yizman karim, v'yimeru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach, le'olam onemei al maya, yitbarach. V'Yitzchak, V'Shabach, V'Yitpa'ar, V'Yidromam, V'Yinaseh, V'Yitadar, V'Yitadeh, V'Yitadal, Shemein Kudeshah, Le'en Amikol Birchata V'Shirata, V'Shbechata V'Nechemata, Damiram B'Yadema, V'Yimeru, Amen.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvarah.
Baruch Adonai, Hamivorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yoser or uvarei oseh. Oseh shalom uvarei et hakol. Hamveir la'aretz v'lada rein. Aleha berahamim. Uv tuvo mehadesh b'chol yom tamid. Me'aseh b'reishit.
We turn to page 317.
O God, inspiration and guide for all, you have spoken in 1,000 tongues for us to hear. In every land and every age, your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways. And yet, O God, you are one, unifier of humanity.
We join together.
We give thanks to the sages and teachers who bring understanding of your will. Gratefully we recall the lawgivers and prophets, the psalmists and sages of Israel. And joyfully we remember that from the dawn of Israel's life, we return to you and find purpose. May the teachings of our ancestors live in our minds, and their passion for righteousness stir our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth. Baruch atah Adonai habocher ba'amo Yisrael be'ahava.
We continue on the next page with Shema, the watchword of our faith.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kivod Malachuto, Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אלוהים מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך, ושופך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים אלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Please turn page 321. Sing the song of men and women, join in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles as earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravaged by war, now quiet and content. Her soldiers come to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות וספר, שירה חדשה שיבחו גאונים, לשמרה אספת העם, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. שאו ישראל Bezrat Yisrael B'dei Chinumecha Yudah Yisrael Galinu Tonight Sevot Shemo Kedosh Yisrael Baruch Ata Adonai Ga'al Yisrael.
We begin the tefillah, the prayer, or it's also called the Amidah, the standing prayer, on page 323. I'm going to ask everyone to rise, but I just want to point out, teach you a little bit about this prayer, so you can stand up. The first part of it, as you'll notice, we mention the names of our ancestors, Abraham and Sarah, Joseph, Jacob, Rivka, Leah, and in doing so, we remind God that we are a part of those people, that they started monotheism and that we still uphold it. So we remind God that we're connected because we're going to ask God for something. And the second part, the Gevurot, we do the Bara. If you've ever asked your parents for the car keys,
Which I have not.
you will, but you will say, Mom, you're so stunningly gorgeous.
Could I have the car keys?
No, you got to do more.
Oh,
Dad, you're the best dad that ever existed.
could I have the car keys?
The greatest of all time.
Well, you butter them up until they say, sure, we'll give you the car keys. And then we can ask for two things on Shabbat. One is peace, and the other is health, for those who are ill in body, spirit, mind, and soul. So we begin on page 323.
Adonai sefatitahu fi hagid hilatecha. Adonai, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Next page. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imatenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagdol, Hagibor, Hanara, Eneyon, Omer Hazeim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zoher Chasevot V'imahot, may be good on Ibnei V'neihem, L'man Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Hozer Moshiach Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Adonai, B'chei Kol Atah, Rav Hoshia, Morid Atah, Mechalkel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechayei HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofei Holim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayim B'Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umida Melach, Melech Memit Mechayeh, Umatzia Kishua, Mineman Atan HaChayot HaGol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. We're in the middle of page 326, and our prayer has now turned to speak of holiness. Holiness is so important that the word is said 3 times in this prayer, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. And Kendall, it wasn't designed with you in mind, but some people like to do a releve on each word of Kadosh and rise up 3 times closer to God. Nekadesh et shimcha ba'olam, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, כך כתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melech ol haaretz, kivodo. Adonai, Adonai, Mahadir Shemcha b'chol haaretz, Baruch kivod Adonai mimkomo. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu Malkeinu, hu Moshiach ve'hu Yashinu, v'rachamav b'nei kochai. Ani Adonai Eloheinu, yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Tzion, ledor v'ador. Alleluia. Ledor v'ador nagid God lecha, u'lenetzach netzach yitzcha nadish, v'shivcha Eloheinu mepenu lo yamush, le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated.
The people of Israel shall keep. Please turn to page 328. Sorry. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. It is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from work and was refreshed.
And on page 329, at the top of the page, is our prayer of rejoicing. And in addition to singing along, if you want, if you're coordinated, you can clap along the tambourine. And Hudson, I think you're pretty coordinated. I have high hopes here.
Yes.
Yai bam bam bai, Shabbat, Shabbat. Yai bam bam bai, Shabbat, Shabbat. Yai bam bam bai, Shabbat, Shabbat. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat. Yisnefu, yisnefu b'malachutcha. Yisnefu, yisnefu b'malachutcha. Shomrei Shabbat, Shomrei Shabbat. Glory, 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 Shabbat. Shomrei Shabbat, Shomrei Shabbat, Nikore Yone Bone Shabbat. Amekadosh Shivi Shabbat Shabbat, Amekadosh Shivi Shabbat Shabbat. Kulam Yismehu Ve'yitaku Mituvecha Shabbat Shabbat. Yai b'lam b'lam bai, Shabbat Shabbat. Yai b'lam b'lam bai, Shabbat Shabbat. Yai b'lam b'lam bai, Shabbat Shabbat. Shabbat Shabbat, Shabbat Shabbat. Yismechu, yismechu b'malachutcha. Yismechu, yismechu b'malachutcha. Shomrei Shabbat, Shomrei Shabbat. Nikore yone yone Shabbat. Shomrei Shabbat, Shomrei Shabbat. Nikore yone yone Shabbat. L'hashmir tzita bo Shabbat Shabbat. Tzita bo v'kinash o Shabbat Shabbat. Chedat yamim oto karata. Zecher lema'ase bereshit Shabbat. Yai b'lam b'lam bai, Shabbat Shabbat. Yai b'lam b'lam bai, Shabbat Shabbat. Yai b'lam b'lam bai, Shabbat Shabbat. Shabbat Shabbat, Shabbat Shabbat.
We turn in our prayer books to page 330, and we invite up Dan Paula to read. Yeah. That's all you.
Okay. On this Shabbat day, as you graciously receive our prayers, help us to hear your call. Grant us enough health to fulfill our duties and the compassion we need to attend to others. Teach us humility that we may perceive our own faults, and grant us the wisdom to be forgiving of others. Give us the courage to be true to our highest selves, and the charity to see the best in those around us. Give us patience enough not to become discouraged, hope enough to overcome all fears for the future, and faith enough to know your presence. O source of blessing, look with favor upon us. May our offering be acceptable to you. Sure. We praise you, Adonai, whom alone we serve in reverence. John, awesome.
You can go back down. On page 332 and 333, we invite up Ron and Samantha. After they read their little sections, we all say together, Modim Anachnu Lach. You'll see.
For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations.
Modim Anachnu Lach.
For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons.
Modim Anachnu Lach.
For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements.
Modim Anachnu Lach.
For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression.
Modim Anachnu Lach.
For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared.
Modim Anachnu Lach.
For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom.
Modim Anachnu Lach.
For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose.
Modim Anachnu Lach.
We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds.
Modim.
Ruth Ata Adonai, Hato Shimcha, Ucha Ne'eh Loto.
Did you see how Ron had to peer over? Hudson would not give up his spot right there. You barely had to look in there, Ron.
Oops.
Rabbi, maybe he wants to sub for you when you go on vacation.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Would you like to?
I don't know.
You
Go too stressful.
You do it.
Could, but then
When
again-
you're the rabbi, you have something called freedom of the pulpit.
What now?
Freedom of the pulpit.
That's why I do Running Man up here occasionally.
Nice.
Which you're
I do
free to
that
do.
after.
We turn to page 334 and sing for peace.
Sim shalom. Sim shalom, tova uvracha, hein b'chesed v'rachamim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael amecha, barcheinu yotzreinu kulanu kechad, me'or paneicha, ki'or panecha tatalanu, Adonai Eloheinu. Up to the top. Sim shalom, tova uvracha, hein v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael amecha, Torat chaim ve'ahavat chesed, tzedakah uvracha ve'rachamim ve'chaim shalom. Sim shalom, tova uvracha, hein v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael amecha, v'tov b'einecha, v'varich b'cha Yisrael, v'cholit v'chol shah b'shamecha. All together. Sim shalom, tova uvracha,
We turn to page 336, and we invite up to the Bima Riley and Peyton Solomon.
We sit in community, elbow to elbow, eye to eye. So close, perhaps, we brush against each other as we move in prayer. Ears filled with the voices of friends, teachers, fellow travelers who pray with us from the next seat. From across the room, we come to silence. Rhythm of words, shared melody, hushed.
Connected first, one to all, one to all, we now let go, to be alone with the Holy One, to speak in mind and heart and soul, but not with lips. The prayers we weave together cannot replace that private conversation. God, our partner, awaits us, one by one, a miracle.
I need strength, humility, courage, patience, strength to control my passions, humility to assess my own worth, courage to rise above defeats, patience to cleanse myself of imperfections, and wisdom to learn and live by our sacred teachings.
Let me not be discouraged by my failings. Let me take heart from all that is good and noble in my character. Keep me from falling victim to cynicism. Teach me sincerity and enthusiasm. Endow me with perception and courage that I may serve others with compassion and love.
Beautiful. So, are you guys actors?
I am.
You are. Okay. And are you a poet?
A little bit, maybe.
You both read with such power. I actually felt like I was listening to Shakespeare. So,
Rabbi, maybe the three of them could lead the service when you're ready.
that's true. Yeah. Between your voices and yes. You're here. We take moments of silent reflection.
Oh, say shalom merabah. Oh, yeah, say shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru, amen. Yeah, say shalom. Yeah, say shalom. Shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Yeah, say shalom. Yeah, say shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yeah, say shalom, yeah, say shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yeah, say shalom, yeah, say shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yeah, say shalom, yeah, say shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
We rise and turn to page 362 and invite forward at this time Samantha and Ron as we go to the ark.
Ein kamacha v'Elohim Adonai v'ein kema'asecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim בקדושתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. אל הרחמים היטיב ברצונך את ציון. תהי חומות ירושלים, יבראו לבד בטחנו, מלך ערם ונישא, אדון עולמי.
Hudson, good morning. It's amazing to think that this day has finally arrived. It seemed like yesterday we were just starting the process, which is a reminder that life moves quick, so enjoy every moment. Your mother and I, along with family and friends, are beyond proud of you. You remain a diligent and hardworking student, and you are dedicated to a vast number of hobbies and interests. You rarely need to be pushed to success and often push yourself to do what needs to be done. I have said this before, and I'm happy to publicly admit you are a much better student than I was. As much as we admire your work ethic and dedication to areas of interest, your largest and best quality is your heart. You are beyond caring, beyond compassionate, beyond considerate, while still being 13. You have always had that quality, and we urge you to never change. That said, it must not be easy growing up under two competitive parents that always seem to pack more than a fair share into almost every day. There simply isn't enough time to do everything we want to do and expose you to. And as much as you say you aren't competitive, you do push yourself to improve in almost everything that you do. Learning to ski under parents who don't, and tackling a black diamond after only 2 full seasons of learning to ski is beyond impressive and courageous. Playing 36 holes on a championship golf course on back-to-back days, where one of those was an 8.4-mile walk. Not insignificant. It shows determination, willingness to try something perhaps out of your comfort zone, and prove to be an experience neither one of us will soon forget. Even going back 2 short years, you pushed yourself to complete the accelerated math program over a summer and proved you wanted to do it, even when we weren't there to help. Despite being a 13-year-old boy, distracted by all things technological, you clearly listen and absorb when people teach and talk, even when we don't think you are. You have started to really show you pay attention and notice the details, and that is evident as always today. What you have learned and are about to implement is proof of your intent, dedication, and drive. You are caring, kind, sincere, while being diligent, focused, hardworking, with moments of goofy, creative, and curious. Our wish for you is continued success in all that you choose to do. Keep pushing yourself at your own pace, as we only want you to be the best version of you possible. We love you. Your turn.
Okay, stay with you. Stay with you.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Lecha Adonai Ha'yurah, Zagivurah, Bativet, בשמיים ובארץ, יכול בשמיים ובארץ. לך אדוני, אני אעשה לכל.
Cantor,
Take another deep breath in and let it out. Hudson is chanting from the Torah, from Parsha Emor, which is a continuation of the Holiness Code. Last week we learned how we treat other people and how we take care of them, how we take care of the animals in our midst, and what our responsibilities are to God, which really have to do with taking care of people. This is a continuation of this, but it sets up a justice system, and the justice system is very well organized. I think it's probably better than the system we have now, but you'll get to hear a little bit about that.
So for our first Aliyah, we call Jed, Melissa, Riley, and Peyton to the Bima. Come over on Rabbi's side.
It is page 928 in the big red books.
Okay, you guys come forward. And, actually, even though it's very hard to read the Torah, the reader is the lowly reader, and the people doing the blessing have the true honor. So give them space, okay? Here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Baruch Adonai Havorach.
Baruch Adonai Havorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Havorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bakranu kol hamim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Okay, now you take your place.
Vayetze ben Isha Yisraelit v'hu ben Ish Mitzri beto b'nei Yisrael vayinatzu b'machane ben Yisraelit v'ish Yisraeli vayikov ben ha'isha Yisraelit et Hashem vayakalehem vayaviu oto el Moshe v'shem imo shlomit bativri lemate dan.
You guys come back in.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'hayei olam nata b'toheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yeshua. You guys can give him a great great big hug. Yes. Let me just take the sheets.
Beautiful. And now we call up Tina and Felix Newman.
Hard act to follow.
Baruch atah Adonai chamarach, Baruch atah Adonai chamer, Barach le'en vayed. Baruch atah Adonai le'en malach, Chalam asher, Basher ban mikal chamim, V'natal lana Torah. Baruch atah Adonai natan Torah. Amen.
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 Okay, I'm on Adon. Yep, there you go.
Ayani hu bamishmar livrosh lehem al ki Adonai vayadaber Adonai el Moshe lemor otseh et hamkalel el mihutz lamachaneh v'samhu kol hashlomim et zidivhem el rosho v'ragmu oto kol ha'idah.
Baruch atah Adonai le'en malach, Chalam asher natan lana Torah. Amen. V'chayed. Alam natu b'chayenu. Baruch atah Adonai natan Torah.
Amen.
And now we call up Elizabeth and Ian Lieber.
Yes. Well, Baruch Adonai Hamborav.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Baruch
Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torto. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Well, Renee, I think it's here. Hang on. I think it's here. Yeah.
Bel b'nei Yisrael tidaber le'mor ish tikalel Elohav v'nasa heto v'nokev Shem Adonai mot yumat ragam yurgamuvo kol ha'idat kager ka'ezra bikvo Shem imo v'eish kiake kol nefesh adam mot yumat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu
Torah Temet.
v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
For our fourth aliyah, we call up your parents, Samantha and Ron.
Not yet.
Okay, let Dad in this time. Here you go. Okay.
Baruch Hu Adonai Habarah.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah
Baruch Adonai
Baruch Elam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Umakeh, Nefesh Behema, Yeshal Mena.
Wait, that's yours. We do the fourth one.
That was the fourth one.
Okay. Umake. Yep, where's Umake? There you go. You were right, and I was wrong. Okay? I hope you marry someone who says that. Okay? It doesn't happen very often. Umake.
Umakeh, Nefesh Behema, Yeshal Mena, Nefesh, Tahat Nefesh, Veheish, Kietain, Mom, Ba'amito, Kasher, Asaha, Ein, Yenase, Lo, Shafer, Tahat, Shafer, Ain, Tahat, Ain, Chain, Tahat, Chain, Kasher, Yiten, Mum, Badaham, Cain, Yenatebo.
Beautiful job.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tohenu, Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. You guys are going to stay up here with him. So Hudson, in a moment, after you finish this last section of Torah, you will have become a bar mitzvah. It's a change in status from being a little kid to being a little bit more adult. Traditionally, there was a blessing that was said that said Baruch Shepatrani, where parents said, okay, you're on your own, go get married.
You're off the payroll.
Yeah. We don't do that anymore. So your status will change in a moment. You ready for this?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yamod, Yamod habar mitzvah, Shai ben Ruven v'Sara, habar mitzvah chazak.
Baruch Adonai Hamparah.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamparah Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim, v'hatan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Okay. Okay.
Umakeh Behema Yeshal Mena. Umakeh Adam Yumahat Mishvahat Ehad Yeh Lachem Kager Ka'esra Yeh Ki Ani Adonai Elohim Vaydaber Moshe El Bnei Yisrael Vayetziu et Hamkalel El Mihutz Lamachaneh V'ragmu Oto Aven Uben Yisrael Asu Kasher Tziva Adonai et Moshe.
He was doing like a finale. Here we go. That was good. Baruch.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam natan b'tohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
So within Judaism, we don't clap. Instead, we say, I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. Yasher.
Yasher.
Koach.
Koach.
Now louder. Yasher. Koach. You are now a bar mitzvah.
You know, Hudson, I've been doing this with children a long, long time, and I never, ever, ever had a kid do what you did with the end of the Torah reading. That was really interesting.
Yeah.
He slowed it down, he made a grand finale, and he embellished many of the notes. It's very special, as you are always.
Please rise. Kendall, we invite you up. Can they hear you?
Asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael, Rabbi Adonai
Nine, 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 nine.
During a time when Jews were not allowed to read Torah, the rabbis found alternative portions in the books of the prophets and the writings that had to do with the same theme as the Torah. This was called the Haftorah. It's not a half a Torah. Haftorah means additional portion. And so right now, Hudson will chant his additional portion. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar b'neviim tovim v'ratza v'divreihem hani emarim be'emet Baruch atah Adonai Habocher Batorah Uv Moshe Abdo Uv Yisrael Amaho Uv Indiyeh Ha'emet V'tzedek. V'hakohanim halviim B'nei Zadok Asher Shamru Et Mishmert Mikdashi Betot b'nei Yisrael me'alai. Hema yikrevu elai lisharteni. Ve'amdu lefanai lahakriv li. Halev vadam num Adonai Elohim. Hema yevo'u el mikdashi. Ve'hema yikrevu el shulchani. V'lisharteni, v'samdu et mishmerti, v'haya b'vo'am el meira sha'arei hechatzer hafnimit, bigdei fishtim yilbasu v'lo ya'aleh elehem semer, bashartam Basha'arei, Hechatzer, Hafnimit, Vavaita. Pe'arai, Fishtim, Yiyu, Al Rosham, Umiknese, Fishtim, Yiyu, Al Matnehem, Lo, Yahakriv, Baza. Bayaza. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Zor kol ha'olamim Tzadik b'ho ha'torot Ha'el ha'ne'eman Ha'omer ve'oseh Hamdaber umkayeh Shekol devarat emet v'tzedek Al ha'torah ve'al havodah ve'al hanvi'im ve'al yom hazeh Shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, Likdusha, Belimduha, Lehavod, Al Tifaret, Al Hakoho, Adonai Eloheinu, Anachnu Modim La, Ve'orhim Otaha, Yit Barashim Ha, Befi Kohai Tamid, Leolam Va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Mehodesh, HaShabbat.
Amen. Yeshikoah. I just noticed those little flourishes that you put in.
I know, it's so cute.
That's wonderful.
He embellishes everything.
Yeah, you made it your own.
I guess so.
And then he likes to make these little sentences after you say everything.
Now my speech.
Okay, so you're going to read slowly. You're going to stand tall, and you're going to look at everyone on the back. Okay. Okay, breathe it out.
My Parsha Amor, from the book of Leviticus, shares many different rules and restrictions that relate to all parts of life. Some of the rules are more generic, like the part that teaches about the holidays, such as the recently celebrated Passover. It provides education and gives a lot of details about the various holidays throughout the year and when and how they should be celebrated. Another one of the sections talks about perfection and imperfections and what makes us different from each other. It is important to realize and recognize that these perceived imperfections or flaws are what makes us holy. You could strive for perfection, but nothing in the world is perfect. Everyone strives to be the best that they could be. And sometimes we need to make sacrifices. What we sacrifice is also important, because when we sacrifice our time and purpose, it gives us a sense of belonging and meaning. In the Torah portion, the priest was expected to be perfect, which was clearly impossible. Every freckle, every scar was considered an imperfection, where each of these characteristics should be viewed as special and unique. When you think about it, every imperfection or scar on your body tells a story of who you are, where you've been, what you've accomplished, and the potential strength of endurance. Everyone has an imperfection in some way. Some may be visible, and some may not be seen by the world. But each imperfection should be embraced and not considered a flaw. We have our own unique experiences, and sometimes the scars left behind are a result of funny stories or valuable lessons, each shaping us to be the best version of ourselves possible. In Japan, if a vase is broken, it is put back together with gold leaf, making it more beautiful than before. I want to take that opportunity to thank the people who made me the person that I am now. I want to thank the Cantor, the Rabbi, and Mrs. Butel for being so nice to me and helping me along the way. You were not only helpful, but made the process fun and easy to allow me to be as prepared as possible for today. Grandma and Grandpa, thank you for your helpfulness, kindness, and for taking me to get my talis. Nona and Granddad, thank you for your support, love, and conversations. To Jed, Melissa, Riley, and Peyton, thank you for all the fun and nice memories that we have together. A special thank you goes to my sister, Kendall, for encouraging me and being there for me. Kendall, you are the best 13-year-old sister a boy could ever have, and pay attention, you will be up here soon enough. Last, but certainly not least, I want to thank my mom and dad for raising me, caring for me, teaching me, loving me, and so much more. Without all of you, I will not be who I am today. To all my family, friends, and everyone who is here, thank you for celebrating with me today on one of the most important days of my life. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Again, Yashar. Koach. So, in 28 years, this is the first time I've never had to say slow. In 28 years, this is the first time that you knew your text so well that you could look up at the congregation. The high holidays are in a couple months. And I'm going to need some help on my sermons. You willing?
You can just call me and I can help you out a bit.
Consulting.
Yeah. What I love most about you What I love most about you is that you can sit and talk with anyone about anything. Several of our sessions, your father called and was like, "What are you doing in there? It's been an hour and a half." And he would reply back, "Just chatting." But we were talking about deep and important things, things that life is made of. We were analyzing your Torah portion and discovering how there were so many ways that it connected to modern life today. You are such a sensitive individual. You truly care about everyone around you. There was not a day that you passed my office that you didn't pop your head in and see if there was no one else in there, you would come in.
Yep.
And I really appreciate that. You made me feel like more than a rabbi, but a friend and a human being. You have so many incredible talents, and many of them you've demonstrated today. When you put your mind to something, you get it done. And you've done that, and we've seen that today.
That's indeed true.
And you could keep doing this and doing this and doing this, and you'd only get better. What I wish for you is that you remain who you are to the core. Ready to smile with your big smile, or laugh, saying hello to everyone you meet, because you never know when you may be changing someone's life with that smile and that hello. We're all born with pieces of a jigsaw puzzle, but they don't come customly wrapped for us. So we don't know what the puzzles are. And as we go through life, we put the puzzles together, and sometimes you may have a piece that belongs to someone else, and sometimes someone has a piece that belongs to yours. And when you work with different kinds of people, you're able to see more fully what your purpose is and what your puzzle is. I have no doubt that you will continue to shine in whatever you choose to do, and that you will continue to make this earth a better place just by your presence. So thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to ask everyone to please rise.
How are you feeling? Happy? You ready?
That's a heavy one. Very. May God bless you and keep you. May the light that God has given you shine through you upon other people, and may they know that light. The two most important things that we can give you are shalom, peace, and shlemut, a sense of pride in who you are. Hudson, may you always remain Hudson. Please be seated.
I have to act interested in what I say. Hudson, do you know what your Hebrew name Shai means? Oh, no. It means gift. And you're really a gift. Your parents must have known that immediately when you were born, and I concur, you are a gift. And you're also very gifted because you were born with innate talents. And what's also special about you is that a lot of people are born with innate talents, but they squander them, they don't work very hard, they coast along, and they don't achieve what they could achieve. And you're very gifted, you're born with a zillion talents, and then you're a really hard worker. Your dad was saying you're a really good student. That means you're a really hard worker. I too found you to be a very hard worker as your teacher. Worked with you in class last year, and then I worked with you one-on-one, I don't know, like for the last 12 months. And you wanted to challenge yourself. You always wanted to do better. You have more homework than anyone I've ever heard of, and somehow you just kind of find a way to make it all work. I know sometimes it was difficult. You talked about sacrifices in your portion. I think you made some sacrifices towards excellence. I think your parents have sacrificed a lot so you could be so excellent. But what's also special about you is that you don't ever take anything for granted. As the rabbi mentioned, you're a very gracious person. You thank everyone all the time. I'm sure you learned that, but I think you absorbed it. And that's so needed in this world today when people have so much of a sense of deserving rather than gratitude. And of course you do deserve a lot of things, but you're gracious for what you have. So I implore you to keep your incredible intellect, your work ethic, your humor, your creativity, and your light focused in everything you do, and the world will be a better place. And I hope that you will inspire your sister to continue with her studies and help her when she needs help, and be the amazing brother that I know you are. I've chosen a song called L'Chilach. And L'Chilach is an interesting song, and it's based on a Torah portion that we read earlier in the Torah. But it talks about the land that we show you. We show you this land. The land could be a lot of things. It represents a lot of things. And we talk about things you don't yet know, because that actually is the most exciting thing about life, is that you don't know. You don't want to know, because surprises are the best thing. And it talks about how we're going to bless you, but how you are a blessing, just already. And it also talks about how we're going to make your name great. But I think you're doing that for yourself. So this song is just perfect for you.
L'Chilach, to a land that I will show you. Lech lecha, to a place you do not know. L'Chilach, on your journey I will bless you, and you shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing, L'Chilach. L'Chilach, and I shall make your name great. Lech lecha, and all shall praise your name. L'Chilach, to the place that I will show you. L'simchat chayim, l'simchat chayim, l'simchat chayim, L'Chilach. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing, L'Chilach. What's wrong? Are you okay, Rabbi?
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
God. Oh, no.
We were sitting over there holding hands and crying together.
Oh, my God. That's adorable. That's also never happened.
Lynn Shapiro represents our Board of Trustees. Sisterhood, can you represent everything today? Sisterhood, brotherhood. And she has some gifts for you.
Oh, I love gifts. Well, as the Cantor knows, one of my favorite things about being part of the Sisterhood is that I get to make these kinds of presentations. And it's also not bad that I get to give out gifts. So on behalf of the Sisterhood, I would like to tell you that we are very, very proud of you. And there were a lot of firsts up here today. I've been coming to the synagogue for almost 30 years, and there were a lot of firsts in this process today. But something that happened to me as a first was, typically I'll sit back and sometimes I know the students, sometimes I don't. This has never happened before. When you were reading your portion, I could literally close my eyes and envision you giving your valedictorian speech in high school and in college, and getting married, and sitting there someday as our president. That's never happened before. You're well beyond your years, but I see all of those things, so I hope maybe you see some of them too. So on behalf of the Sisterhood and the Brotherhood and the Board of Trustees, we hope you take these and fulfill all your dreams and maybe some of mine.
Can I open it?
Yes, you may.
Amen. Lynn, creating new leadership, that's amazing.
Yes. This is a leader.
There's a Kiddush cup, candlesticks, and a book for you to read, and there'll be a test in a month on the book.
And he'll like it.
He will, he will.
That's your,
We hope that every
Candlesticks?
Friday night you'll use it.
Candlesticks. You don't have to open them.
Or you might have to open that later.
Yes.
They take it really well in China.
And may your cup be always overflowing.
You want to read that?
That's a certificate, suitable for framing if you wish.
That
Probably
proves
frame
that
it.
today happened.
There you go. Mazel tov.
Mazel
Mazel
tov.
tov to family.
Thank you, Lynn.
You're gonna put this
Can I read it? I want to read it.
Go ahead, go ahead, read it. Please.
This is to certify that Hudson Alalouf was called to the Torah as a bar mitzvah at Monmouth Reformed Temple on Saturday, May 18, 2024, Parshat Amor, and is hereby welcomed as a responsible member of the Jewish community. It's like signing stuff.
We signed it. We signed
A lot of
it,
people.
It's professional.
Hudson, we signed it before today. We were so optimistic.
And you don't have to lick it. It's a real signature.
Does anyone do that?
It's like, don't do it, don't do it. Take these things back to your seat. And glue your paper. I'm definitely going to frame that, 100%.
Okay, good. Take your paper. Go sit down there,
But be ready to stand.
but get ready to stand in another second. We turn to page 586 for Aleinu as we all rise.
Aleinu shabeach ladon hakol, latekadu lam neotzer b'reshit, shehut hashamayim b'yotzer haaretz, u'mashav yicharo b'shamayim mimol, u'shchinatu zo b'govhei meramim, u'eloheinu einot, v'anachnu korim, ומשחבים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני מלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
We turn to those who are no longer with us, but who are the foundation upon which we stand. We bear their names, and we have their DNA encoded into our own. Hudson, today you received the Torah from those who are here and those who are not here. And so we take a moment to remember as we turn to page 598 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad divrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yimachon, v'chayei dekol Beit Yisrael, Bagala ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ומיימיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומן ויתנשא. ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי תקודשה ברכו. לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה. תושבחתה ונחמתה. דאמירן מימה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה. וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום, עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום, עלינו ועל Please be seated. And I'd like to ask people to grab the candy and hand them out. But don't eat them yet.
Don't eat them. No, I'm back. Be brave.
Oh, jelly candy. Oh, don't sit next to me.
Sorry, I'm going to sit.
All right, everybody got some, right?
Help me, Johnny. Help me.
Hang on, don't let the rabbi count you in. Here we go.
So we are going to be gentle and kind. And
Remember, there's no professional scouts here clocking your throw, okay?
And here comes sweetness. In 3, 2, 1. And it's a refill. We'd like to ask anyone under the age of 20 to please come up and take candy.
Come.
Yo, what's
Okay. Okay, AJ, I don't know if you have enough.
AJ, I'd like to remind you later to please brush your teeth.
AJ. Nerds?
Put them down here.
Nerds?
No, thank you.
Okay. Let me leave here for good luck. Do we eat yet?
No, we're going to continue with the singing of our closing song, Adon Olam.
So we're on page 625 in your prayer book. This is a very ancient prayer that closes most Shabbat services. And just in case you happen to go to Oak Hill Academy, your music teacher of a couple years ago is our organist today, Mrs. Momeyer. So if any of you remember Mrs. Momeyer, come say hello to her after Shabbat services. But we begin with Adon Olam, page 625.
Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem kol yitzir nivra, Ne'et nasa v'hefso kol, Azai melech shemo nikra, V'acharei yikmot hakom, V'ba'ado yimloch nora, V'hu haya v'hu hovel, V'hu yiyeh v'tifara, V'hu echad v'ein sheni, L'ham shilo l'havira, V'li reshit v'li tachlit, V'lo ha'os v'ham yisra, V'hu eli v'lai go'ali, V'tzor v'li b'hitzora, V'hu nisi yumanosli, V'natosi v'yom eram, V'ya'ado aviruhi, V'yedishan v'yayira, V'yimruchi gevihati, Adonai li v'lo yiram.
I'm going to ask you to put down your candy for a second. We're going to do the short kiddush. There's no fly in there.
Baruch atah Adonai,
Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen.
Chaim, can I have a sip? Even though you're adult, it's not Anashevet.
It's different grape juice from last night. Did you notice?
Yeah. I noticed. That was very well.
Okay, ready to move Milsey?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
You're gonna take a piece?
Yay. Wasn't a big enough piece.
Take a bigger piece. Take as much as you want, it's your day.
Solid rock, oh my god.
So before the candy, maybe you should have that.
It's solid as a rock.
All right, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Please enjoy today and continue to celebrate. And Hudson, I expect you to be back in my office studying with me
I
next
will be.
year.
I will be. Maybe sooner.
Good.
Doors always open.
Thank you. Mazel tov.
Together. Your prayer book. Your speeches.
Oh my God,
That's my
yeah.
prayer book. This is yours. This is yours. You got to take your gift.
I'm very
Just needed